paying attention to it. But the thing that I want to talk to you here is the conversation that we're not having. And the conversation that we're not having as a culture is the role of the internet and the busyness of our lives and these video games in particular. Let me give you this story. A coroner has expressed great concern over the violent video game Call of Duty after 4 teenagers who regularly played went to kill themselves. John Pollard claims the Certificate 18 game, which includes graphic scenes of soldiers killing each other, had featured in several inquests he had presided over. This is in England. He's a coroner. A warning came after a hearing in the death of a schoolboy, William Menzies, who was always playing the game. That's in quotation marks. The 16-year-old, who was studying A-levels in biology, physics, politics, and psychology at one of Britain's top grammar schools, had shown no signs of depression or distress before his sudden death. In March 2012, another teenager, Callum Green, hanged himself after playing Call of Duty with his stepfather. The game had also been linked to the deaths of 2 other unnamed teenagers. Recording a suicide verdict at Williams' inquest, Mr. Pollard said, "I have to say, and this is after 3 or 4 inquests into deaths of teens, the Call of Duty game seems to be figuring in recent activity just before death, and it concerns me greatly. It is figured in a number of deaths, which I am investigating. I suspect, but I don't know because I don't have enough evidence, that William may have been experimenting with something or deliberately intending to do something, but I haven't got the evidence. There is no note or indication that he was feeling down or distressed at all. Call of Duty, produced by Activision as warfare game, blah, 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 sold 100 million copies around the world, but has been dogged by controversy with its violent content, criticized by the London Jewish Forum, the British Muslim Forum, and Church of England. Don't forget that, remember the massacre in Norway, where 77 people were killed? Do you remember what he said?
No.
He was trained to kill with Call of Duty and other video games. Isn't it interesting that we immediately had the gun talk here in America, that we talked about the guns? Nobody talked about the 77 people that were killed by a guy who said, I was trained to kill by playing these video games. Now, try this. This is a story that is actually coming out of Montreal, and it's about Ubisoft, which is a software company for video games. They do Assassin's Creed, et cetera, et cetera. They have a new one that is coming out, and the new one...
It's a cool game, too. These games are so seductive. Really, really hard to ignore, really hard to stop playing. I mean, my kids loved them before.
They pay $250 million to develop these things. $250 million to develop.
You know what they're doing.
Yeah, they practice for 100 hours on them. They play them 100 hours in testing. All the people who are testing 100 hours. Think of that. All right, Watchdog is a new one. It's called Watch Dogs, and their stock is going down because this particular game is late in its development, and they say they just don't have it right yet. But when they do, it's going to be the blockbuster game. I want you to listen to this. Watch Dogs features a troubled anti-hero named Aiden Pierce. Now, an anti-hero. Have we not had enough? Can we have any heroes? Why must everyone be an anti-hero? Why must everyone break the law and do the thing? Why can't we have a Superman? Why can't we have somebody who is doing the right thing, does the hard thing? Instead, everybody is an anti-hero. A troubled anti-hero named Aiden Pierce, a Belfast immigrant bent on avenging the murder of his young niece, when he coincidentally uncovers the Big Brother-like Bloom Corporation. As a castigator of violence in the name of justice, Pierce takes the player on 50 missions through Chicago's autumn streets, back alleys, and decrepit housing project. A life-size poster of this conflicted protagonist looms on a conference room wall at Ubisoft. Pierce is clad in a trench coat, baseball cap, and a scarf that cover all but his menacing, judgmental eyes, while his obscured visage is meant to frighten, but it also can make him seem somehow paranoid. There's a reason for that. Watchdogs allow the players to hack into cell phones, ATMs, drawbridges, even helicopters. Through cameras and laptops and televisions, players can peer into someone's fictional files and bedrooms to wholly envelop the lives of others. The game's primary goal is to track down the killers of Aiden's niece and halt a potential evil of the all-seeing corporation. That's much apparent after several recent interviews with Ubisoft staff members and the exclusive 2-hour peek at the game. Anyway, the idea here is they're teaching you to hack and then become the ultimate voyeur in other people's lives, including their bedrooms, by hacking into their phones and everything that we talked about. When I said, hey, how many times you go to bed at night and have a conversation with your wife or other things at night, and you put your iPad or your phone, in the docking station right there at the edge of your bed? This game is teaching people to hack in to whatever is docked in your bedroom. What the heck is wrong with us? What is wrong with us? What are we thinking? We are inviting this into our home and our lives. We are teaching our kids for entertainment purposes. Last night I had a conversation with Rafe, and he said, Dad, Mom listened to your show, and she's already talked to me. And I said, I know. Now, he's not playing video games at home. He's playing video games when he goes to his friend's house. No video games. And, you just kind of get worn down. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Stop seeing friends? Stop going over to people's houses? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And that's the way we felt. And we get worn down and we get tired just like you do. And we want to believe that it's somehow or another going to be different. Somehow or another it's going to be okay. It's just not our kid. I can't tell you that. I don't know. It could be your kid. Could be Pat's kid. Could be Stu's kid. Could be mine. I don't know. Could be all of them. We don't know. And I sat down and I said, son, these games rewire your brain. We don't even know what they do yet. This is brand new stuff. I told you yesterday that just reading your books on a reader changes the way you remember things. We are losing vital information, and you know this to be true if you use a reader instead of a hardbound book. When you use a reader, nothing looks different. You have no tactile memory. You also can remember. You can pick up a book, and you can say, "Oh, I remember this was in this book. Hang on, let me find it." And you can find it. Try to do that with your reader. If you haven't highlighted, try to find something in your reader. You can't, because you have no idea in the book where you saw it. Because you don't pick up the book and dog-ear the pages. You don't pick up the book and know where you are, know what it felt like, whether you're at the beginning of the book or the end of the book. And it is harming just our memory to be able to recall. It's not good. My son looked at me and he said, "Well, Dad, you're always on the iPad. You're answering emails and stuff." And I almost said to him, "I have to." And I stopped. I said, "You're right. You're right." Everybody wants to talk about guns. Everybody wants to talk about Hollywood movies. Everybody wants to talk about the guys who made these video games. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. Well, yes. Listen to what Pat said. Yes, it's really hard to avoid them. Listen to what I said. Or they're going to find them. They're going to find them anyway. Really hard to avoid. And then once you start, it's hard to put them down. Yeah, so is crack cocaine. Listen to us. It's not just about the video games. Try to suggest to your spouse that we get rid of our cell phones. Try it. That you shut them off. Say start at a month. See if you can even negotiate to a week. It's worse than saying to somebody, you know what, let's just all stop smoking. Let's stop having coffee. We're addicted, and we're so fearful that we think we can't do it. We're so fearful that there's going to be an email that I'm going to miss. There's going to be something that happens. I'm connecting with all of these friends from Facebook, friends that I haven't talked to in years. Well, you did pretty well without those friends that you haven't talked to in years. Is it nice to reminisce? Yeah. Used to be called a reunion. You'd get together once a year. Is it nice to connect? Yes. Is it required to connect? No. Is it necessary to connect? No. Is it required to connect to your family? Yes. Is it necessary to connect to your family? Yes. Is it necessary to have quiet time to reflect? Yes. We don't have any.